Hello, distance education observers. Mr. Linder here, and welcome to my human physiology showcase. So in this video, I want to highlight some of the things that you can find in my human physiology distance education course. So what you're currently looking at right now is the human physiology homepage. And on the homepage, what I like to do is I like to give information to the students so that they can easily find me using my email address. And then they also have access to my Zoom number so that we can have Zoom meetings throughout the semester and talk about laboratory items and also go over essay questions and really any questions that a student might have during these student hours. I also like to give them just an idea of what human physiology is all about. So there's a short video they can watch. And then I also have a welcome video from myself and a little fun video from Snoop Dogg reminding the students that it's important to read the syllabus. At the bottom of the homepage, I give them two links that they can click on. They can click on the syllabus link, and that'll take them to the syllabus for the course. And they can also click on the Start Here button so that they can start going through the modules and getting introduced to the course. Now, in a regular active course, which I'll show you in just a little bit, I like to use the simple syllabus option, and I'll show you that as well. If we just click the Start Here button, it'll take us to the modules. And I want to show you guys the first module that the students can go through, and that's the Navigating Your Online Education module. And so the first thing that they can do is they can click on the Getting Started in Human Physiology. And in this section, what I like to do for the students is give them a couple of videos to help them navigate through portions of their online education. The first video that I have the students watch is how to set up their email accounts in Canvas, how to update their notifications so that they get messages from me frequently. The second video that I have them watch is how to access their syllabus and also how to set up something called Mastering A&P. Mastering A&P doesn't work in the sandbox, but I can show you in an active course what Mastering A&P looks like. And that's really important when you have a publishing company's product that integrates well into Canvas, because it really gives you a lot of options for formative and summative assessments. And then I talk about how they can click through the next button to go to the next item in the module. So if we click on Next, it takes us through other portions of the Navigating Online Education module. And this again is just talking about how to access the syllabus using the Simple Syllabus tab. It talks about how to register for mastering. So lots of options and repetitive items so that students don't miss looking at the syllabus when they first get started, and also getting signed up for Mastering A&P. If we use the Next button, again, I have the little video on remembering to read your syllabus. And then I have access for students to really take a look at if they're ready for online education. So there is an online education readiness course that is provided by Fresno City College, and so I reference that for students to take a look at just to make sure that they are ready for online education. I also show them how they can sign up for Passport to Canvas, which again is something that's provided through Fresno City College so that students can get used to using Canvas as their course management system. The next thing that I provide for the students is basically how to use the Student Support Hub. I give them helpful links and then also reference that the Student Support Hub is available to students in the left-hand navigation. And so this gives students an opportunity to quickly access the library or to get help with textbooks, to get set up with DSPS and so forth. Canvas help for students, just providing students with phone numbers that they can call when they get stuck on various items. And of course, reminding them throughout the semester that they can email me and ask questions, and we can help them with their online difficulties. The last portion of navigating their online education module is really how to use mastering. So I go through a video tutorial on how to use the mastering product for their formative and summative assessments that aren't done through Canvas, that can be done through Mastering A&P. So I give them a video to watch for that. And then I set up a cyber cafe for the students, and what they can do with this is they can ask questions to their peers, and periodically I will jump in as well and answer questions. And this discussion board is open throughout the semester so that students can come in and ask questions and get connected with their classmates. I also encourage the students to use things like GroupMe or Discord so that they can connect with their peers outside of the classroom. And then we get into really the first part of the course. So what I want to do now is I want to switch over to an active course. So I'm just going to switch over here. So this is one of my active physiology courses. And what I want to show you on here is, for one, you can click on the Simple Syllabus tab. So if you set up Simple Syllabus, you have access to it through the table of contents, and you can actually use the table of contents in Simple Syllabus to go to various places that you want to see. So required texts and materials for the course, so it shows them where the textbooks are, attendance policies, and so forth. If they want to know the schedule for the course and when exams are going to be, they can click on that and they can read very quickly what the exam dates are and other information that they need for the course. So I really like having access to Simple Syllabus and being able to quickly get the syllabus information that the students need. The other thing I wanted to show you is My Lab and Mastering, something that's integrated into my course. If you click on My Lab and Mastering, once the students register for this feature, they can then open up the My Lab and Mastering add-on, and what they'll find is they'll find assignments that are available to them throughout the semester. So what I can do is I can click on All Assignments just so that you guys get a quick look at what's available to students. And so, for example, after the students go through the first chapter of the textbook, they can click on the homework for chapter 1, and then they have access to homework questions that they can practice. And so this is a great way to do formative assessments for the students. And so simple questions from the textbook and from the lecture reading, and they can quickly go through the questions and answer them. Of course, this is my view, so I get the feedback. They have drag and drop type questions. Another one coming up here. Another nice feature for this homework is that I can put in case studies for them to read. So here's a case study that the students can read, and then they have follow-up questions to that case study, and so forth and so forth. Once they complete homework formative assessments, they also have access to quizzes through the mastering system. So if we go back to that All Assignments page, there is a chapter 1 quiz that they can click on, and then they can go through and answer the questions. So a great feature for doing formative and even summative assessments using this integrated feature into Canvas. So let me show you, so that's kind of what mastering looks like. Let me show you how the students would actually be accessing this through the module system. So after they do the Navigating Online Education, what I have is I have it set up by week. So week 1, they have their first set of videos that they can watch for lecture. And I'm actually going to show you this really quick here. So I have a welcome to Unit 1. Unit 1 basically consists of 6 weeks of the course, and it will end with summative assessments. So I just give them a video and talk about how they will be going through the next 6 weeks of the course. And then I have an introduction to the unit, and so they can read about what to expect and what modules they're actually looking at in this unit. Then I have a discussion for week 1 where the students will introduce themselves to other students in the course. And then it gets into actual lecture notes and PowerPoint presentations and so forth. Okay? So this next link, if you were to continue to next through the items, you would get to the link on where I provide lecture notes and PowerPoint presentations, even access to their e-text. And then we continue on with lecture videos. So there's a whole variety of videos for the students to watch and take notes on, and they can continue to click through there. And then I also provide laboratory work for them to do as well. This is a 5-unit course, so it's both lecture and laboratory. And so I have a video on how to do the first lab, and then I have a way for them to actually access the documents. I even give them information on how to scan documents and submit them to me once they've completed a laboratory report. And then this is an example of an assignment, their first laboratory report, where they would upload that document to me for grading. So lots of things to do in this class. When they get to the end of week 1, this is where they can click that link for the first homework formative assessment. So if I was to click on that, it would take us directly into mastering A&P, and it would bring us to that first assignment. And so chapter 1 homework, and then they can click on that and actually complete the assignment. If we click next, as you're going through the module, then it brings you to that first quiz that you can complete. So I want to go back and just show you what that looks like, kind of the big picture. So you have navigating the online education that we went over, and then you have Unit 1 starts here, week 1, and this is what the students would see if they're just looking at it from a module view, and it shows you where the lecture videos are, where the laboratory links are, where the laboratory videos are, how to scan documents, how to turn in lab reports, and then how to do your chapter 1 homework and quiz. The weeks then repeat themselves. So week 2, we just have new material, but there's an introduction to that week with a link to their lecture notes and their PowerPoint presentations. There's a discussion that they complete, and then you have lecture videos to go through. They have laboratory videos to take a look at, and then other assignments as necessary. Week 3, same idea. Introduction to the chapter, a discussion for them to work on, lecture videos available to them, laboratory videos, and then any associated assignments for that week. And what I try to do is I try to keep the weeks consistent so that they have a discussion and it's due at a certain time, homework and quizzes that are due at certain times, and the same format for how they access lecture notes, how they access PowerPoint presentations, and how they go through the lecture videos and how they can actually take lecture notes. And so this would continue on throughout the weeks until they get into week 6. And so Unit 1 lab exam, Unit 1 lecture exam, these are summative assessments that the students would take. They take those actually during week 6 to finish that first unit. And then week 6 also would start the next unit as well. So weeks 6 and 7 actually cover something called the endocrine system, but you'll notice that it has the same sort of setup. Welcome to Unit 2 video, the introduction to the entire unit, discussions, how to access lecture notes, PowerPoints, and those kinds of things. And so this continues on and on throughout the semester with that same sort of repetitive format, so the students really get used to how the course works, because again, it's a 5-unit course and there's a lot of work for students to do. The last thing I want to show you is a summative assessment that they work on throughout the semester, and there's various links for them to get feedback and to turn in portions of it, but it's their research report. And the reason I want to highlight this is that it shows you a good example of a rubric that I use for the course. So for their research report, it's a summative assessment for the semester. And if you, actually it's on a different page. Sorry about that. I need to go to this one. then that research report shows a very nice rubric, and it gives the students an opportunity to see how that would be graded and what it would take to get an exemplary score on their assignment. So I hope you enjoyed this showcase of human physiology. And if you ever want to take human physiology at Fresno City College, just look me up. That's Mr. Linder, and be happy to have you in the course. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.